Myself, Sadul Hassan Aman.
Myself, Amanpreet, and she is Laibosan. And
Hey, I Divya of 7th semester. My name is Anshpasha.
I am Niswar Rahman.
And I am Hadi Shadad from second group of first year.
Itself malaria. What does it mean?
topic is malaria transmission.
Its pathogenesis and life cycle.
Malaria in Kyrgyzstan.
Present a topic about malaria.
The topic we are going to present today is the prevention strategies and intervention of malaria.
How the malaria or the parasite it infects and causes in the different variable clinical presentation depending upon the presentation of that malaria from one individual to the other.
World Malaria Day.
Good afternoon to all of you. Myself, Sadul Hassan Aman, and I'm from Student Council, Head of Educational Department. I hope all of you are in best of health and spirits. And thank you so much for coming here, joining us. As everyone know, today is 25th of April. You guys know this is World Malaria Day. It is for an awareness purpose. We have invited all of you. Malaria is actually an infectious disease. Approximately about 3 billion people in the world are at risk of malaria per year. Please give big hand of applause for Shazil.
To the jury and everyone is here, good afternoon. I hope you are in a good health. Today, 25th April, it marks as the World Malaria Day. And it's an honor to start this presentation. My subtopics are going to be the origin, the history, the prevalence of malaria in Pakistan, and one slide is dedicated to Kyrgyzstan. First slide, please. The introduction. The word itself, malaria. What does it mean? It came from the Greek word mal and air, which means a bad air. But this myth was busted later, when they concluded that it inoculates in the bad water, not in the air. But how it works? It works because of the Plasmodium. The historian says that the Plasmodium parasite is being here for the millions of years. Even the archaeologists find the history of it. Find this working in India who got to know about the life cycle. To know the life cycle is to know the treatment. And since then we have a proper treatment. But it's still a health emergency in many countries, including India, Pakistan, South African countries. Okay, about the history. We know that malaria is one of the deadliest infections. It could be the tropical floods. It could be the negligence of people not taking the measures. So numbers can go high in the future if we do not do or work on the infrastructure, health infrastructure.
Aman and Laiba, they will come on stage and tell you guys about malaria. Thank you.
Myself, Amanpreet, and she is Laibosan. And today our topic is malaria transmission. Malaria transmission. The main cause of malaria is Plasmodium parasite. Plasmodium parasites are the causative agents of malaria. These parasites belong to the genus Plasmodium, which includes several species known to infect humans, including Plasmodium falciparum. Plasmodium parasites are microscopic protozoans belonging to the phylum Apicomplexa. In the rural areas, hospitals, or that drug users. Okay. In rare cases, malaria transmission can occur through the sharing of contaminated needles.
So it is the most oldest disease exposed to the humanity. Now my next participant, whose name is Divya, the most talented girl from India, will come on stage and give you some more detail on malaria.
Good afternoon to one and all present here. Today, I Divya of 7th semester get the golden opportunity to present my slides in front of you guys. So on screen you can see my topic is malaria. So this afternoon I would like to introduce about its pathogenesis and life cycle. Before starting my presentation, if you guys don't mind, I would like to drop one question to discuss at the last. That my question is, what is the first and second stage of Plasmodium which is present in our human body in the life form? So let's start with spleen. So first effect is spleen enlargement. Why it happens? Spleen becomes hyperactive. Why it becomes hyperactive? It is because infiltrating out malaria infected RBC and other debris from the bloodstream. We will see pulmonary hypertension. Why it happens? It basically happens because of the increased in blood pressure in pulmonary arteries due to chronic inflammation and vascular remodeling. There's gametocytes, and this gametocyte will convert into male and female gamete. Now they will become zygote, and after some time that zygote will convert into sporozoid, and which can infect new host when the mosquito feeds again. And this is the, did anybody get the answer which I asked the question in the beginning?
So my next participant will come on stage, who is Mr. Anisur Rahman from the second semester. Please give him a huge hands of applause.
Silence, silence.
I am Anisur Rahman from second semester. I am from group 6. The topic which I am given today is malaria in Kyrgyzstan. So as we are living in Kyrgyzstan, first of all, the introduction of malaria. Malaria is a mosquito-borne infectious disease which is caused by Plasmodium parasites, which is a significant global health concern. While many countries have made significant strides in controlling malaria, it still poses a threat to populations in various regions, including Kyrgyzstan.
You said that malaria is still prevalent in Kyrgyzstan. He said that malaria is free in Kyrgyzstan.
Yes, sir. I said that malaria, there are very less patients in Kyrgyzstan right now of malaria.
Okay, now my second last participant, who is Amara Shehzad. Amara will come on stage and let us know more about malaria. Thank you.
Present a topic about malaria. Today we know that 25th April is about the malaria day, and it is very deadly topic about us, about in Pakistan, India and Kyrgyzstan. But now we are talking that Kyrgyzstan is malaria free. So we can talk about Pakistan, India and Bangladesh or South African countries. And I have discussed in my presentation about India and tribal areas of India. Next one. Here is it my question. Is malaria burden for different tribal areas in India? Here there is a graph. It can show that, for example, in Gujarat, there is a 5% burden of malaria in it. And Andhra Pradesh, there is a 2% burden on it. And in these areas or in these tribal areas, there are no preventive measures. There are no accuracy for...
Why the malaria is increasing in the tribal areas of India?
Sir, because in tribal areas they do not have proper infrastructures, and in the tribal areas they are facing from the deforestation. Because deforestation is the main cause, and it can give the space to the Plasmodium or to the female anopheles for their breeding. So it can cause the high risk.
My last presentators, which is also a duo, named Hadi and Alishba. They will come on stage and conclude the discussion in their beautiful manner.
Good afternoon and Assalamu alaikum. My name is Alishba Shah and I am from first year 5th group.
And I am Hadi Shahzad from the second group of first year. The topic we are going to present today is the prevention, strategies and intervention of malaria.
Now, before we get to know about its prevention, strategies and interventions, first of all, we need to acknowledge ourselves with the disease.
The question arises here is of what? So what is malaria?
Malaria. Malaria is a mosquito-borne infectious and life-threatening disease. The main cause of malaria is the parasites of Plasmodium genus.
And as we already know that it is carried or spread by the means of a female infected Anopheles mosquito.
These are specific antibodies that are produced by the immune system in response to this malarial infection. The next we have the detection of antibodies.
Epidemics, the prevalence of malaria in the different countries in Kyrgyzstan and its comparison with Pakistan and India. And also, you have seen how the malaria or the parasite, it infects and causes in the different variable clinical presentation depending upon the presentation of that malaria from one individual to the other. It can be mild, it can be moderate, it can be severe. As a doctor, you should know that malaria can be severe and it can lead to death of the patient. For example, cerebral malaria. Cerebral malaria leads to hemorrhage and leads to brain death, leads to stroke, leads to death as well. So, and there are, for example, a patient comes to you with the malaria. The patient with the malaria has to be diagnosed. There are some symptoms that mix with the other clinical diseases as well. For example, pneumonia. Pneumonia also present with high-grade fever and rigors and chills. For example, UTI, urinary tract infection. It also present with high-grade fever, rigors and chills. But this has to be dealt because, and importantly, she said that we have some tests for the malaria. We normally in Pakistan used to go for thick slide smear to check the presence of any presence of malaria or not, and always it is present when there is a high grade fever. Whenever there is a high grade fever, we check and take the blood sample of that patient only, not the patient who is having a normal temperature. At normal baseline temperature, you cannot get the result that you want. You have to wait for that temperature. Not the malaria that is prevalent by the mosquito. There are other diseases as well that are transferred by malaria. For example, yellow fever. For example, dengue fever. Dengue fever was the worst nightmare we have seen back in Pakistan. Second position goes to two students. One is Hadia and Ali.